Yeah, I went for dinner, then my phone rang. It was like private number. I never answered private number. I thought, let me answer it. He said, Jermain. I said, yeah, who's this? It's Drake. I said, yeah, good one.
Joe presents From the Corner, brought to you by DAZN.
Hello fight fans and welcome to From the Corner, the show that's not afraid to spar with the biggest talking points in boxing. With me, Swarzy Macaly.
And me, David Alorka. As always, we've got two banging guests this week, so let's take a look at who they are.
Indeed, in the red corner this week is a superstar striker who scored over 300 goals for club and country.
And in the blue corner is one of the upcoming stars of women's boxing. Give it up for Jermain Defoe and Ebanie Bridges!
Yeah. We're super excited, but before we chat to these guys, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show.
We'll be putting Jermain and Ebanie through their paces in a brand new game we've created called Rue or False.
Very excited for that one. We'll also be discussing the double header of fight nights coming up this weekend on DAZN.
And we'll be delving into another boxing-related talking point before we finish up with our trademark headband challenge.
So much coming your way, but first off, guys, how are you doing? All good?
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah,
Nice.
great. Feel good, yeah.
Nice. Well, Jermain, you're on the show, man. Thank you so much for coming through.
No problem.
You're an absolute legend when it comes to football, but I hear you're also a boxing fan. So how did you get into it?
Just from young, really. I remember being at my nan's house in East London. I remember sitting watching the Ben Eubank fights. My uncles, proper fights. And just from then, really.
You know, you just announced your retirement from professional football.
Yeah.
Looking back, what's the highlight of your career?
Do you know what? Obviously, I was lucky enough to play for so long, so many highlights. For me, when I look at I enjoyed my time at West Ham as a kid, Tottenham. But you see, the back end of your career, you know, winning the league at Rangers, for me, it was so important for that football club. That was obviously one of the big highlights, obviously playing the World Cup, scoring the World Cup, because as a kid, you always watch tournaments and you think, imagine playing on that sort of stage. That's the pinnacle.
Ebanie, we've got to chat to you, man. Congratulations. You're now a world champion.
Yeah.
That is so huge. How does it feel to hear that?
It feels amazing. You know, obviously everything that I've worked for, all the sacrifices that I've made, all the work that I put in, the heartbreaks, the tears, you know, everything. It all's worthwhile when you can solidify in history.
And after you won, you gave a very passionate talk about how great a fighter you are. Talk us through your emotions behind that.
I feel like I keep proving myself every fight, but it's never enough, you know. So to be able to say, well, I've just beat the longest reigning world champion in the division, and she has defended her belt more times than anyone else, and I've just literally, you know, beat her decisively. And, you know, you can't deny me now.
And your career, Jermain, have you had that moment where you've had to prove someone wrong, or equally had a coach or a manager that's really helped your game along the way?
Even when you sort of like get to the top, and you sort of like set those sort of standards, you think, okay, now you got to stay there. And I always felt like if you dip below that a little bit, which is normal, then people just come after you.
Right.
Fans. Yeah.
And the thing is, the difference between football and boxing, boxers, that's why I love boxing, because boxers, they can come out in an interview, say what they want.
Think about it.
But in football, but in football, what you want to say, you can't say. Even when players do a little bit, it's just highlighted and it's everywhere.
Ebanie, your journey as a world champion has been an amazing one, but in your previous life, you were a maths teacher, weren't you?
Oh, you know what? For me, teaching in particular is a huge passion for me. Like, you know, I won't get too started onto it because I won't shut up. But no, honestly, teaching is so important to me, and giving back to the students and, you know, instilling a mindset into my students, you know, minds in the classroom about, you know, willingness to learn. And maths in particular, everyone thinks they can't do it, or most people, I can't do it, it's too hard. But actually, like anything in life, if you apply yourself and you believe in yourself and you're open to actually learning it, instead of blocking yourself to like, I can't do it and it's too hard. But if you open your mind to learning, then you can actually learn it. I say it over and over again in my classroom because that's what I do in my classroom. That's the mindset and that's the environment that I set. Yeah. But, you know, a lot of my students from home, they follow me and, you know, they love it. And I know when I'm going to go back with my belt and go to the schools and stuff, and they'll just be so proud. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be great.
What about yourself, Jermain? Any previous jobs that help you with your sport now? Anything that you did in the past?
Nah, I was just football from day one.
Yeah, I bet. You started early.
Football. Yeah, it's the boxing. But this is why I love boxing, because the boxing training compared to football, it's on another level.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys like fall on the ground and like cry when we do this.
Not me though.
Like, I just saying.
Not me. Do you know why?
We're tough.
Nah, I can't. I'm from the east end of London. If I did that, what, my family would be like, you joking? Get tough.
As well as maths, you speak loads of different languages, I hear. Which ones do you speak?
Oh, yeah, I speak a couple. I speak Portuguese and Spanish.
Wow, okay,
English.
cool.
I did say once, actually, I don't know where it's on Wiki that I speak 5 languages, but it was because I made a joke and I was like, oh, yeah, I speak English, Aussie,
Aussie,
Spanish, Portuguese, and Westie. Westie's like saying like a cockney or
Cockney,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So they're not real languages.
But they've counted.
But
they
they counted it.
counted it, you know.
I say that though. Fine.
Have you ever said something that people have like, taken it as fact?
Remember when I was
Yeah.
34, I got back in the England squad, and then I played. And after the game, I remember on the journey, you know, it's like the mix zone, so it's all press and stuff. So the guy said to me, to get back in the England squad at 34, like you've done well. What's the secret? I said I'll just change my diet a little bit. I didn't say I was a vegan, but I said I've tried to like certain days it'd be just like plant-based stuff like that. Next day, Jermain Defoe was vegan.
No.
Then what happened was everyone thought I was vegan. I was having all these companies. Oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? So I was like, okay, no problem. And then I remember one day.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
I remember one day I was at home and I was making fish. For some reason, I thought, let me just go on Instagram live. When I Insta live, I come off it, I had all these messages. Vegan, hammering me.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's a great story. Like,
And I'm-
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Hammering me.
Right.
And my mum phoned me and said,
Can't
what
hide.
are you doing? I said, Mum, but I've never said I am a vegan.
But you're
What was that?
rolling
You're
with
messing
it.
up the bag. You're
Yeah,
messing up
do
the
you know
bag,
what I mean?
Jermaine.
Yeah. Vegan,
Right.
come-
All right, I've got to talk to you about Jamie O'Hara next, man. He's coming up. He's in a big exhibition fight, and that's one we'd love to see. But the one we would really love to see is Crouch versus Defoe. This is what we want to see. I know.
I'll get that job done quick.
Come on!
Come on then.
But I love,
Put himself.
that's my man though. Crouchy, I love him. Pick someone else.
But I bash him.
Yeah, I'll get that job done quick.
All right, what would you think would be? But also, who would you like to go up against then?
Me?
Yeah,
Whoever.
whoever. I think
Whoever.
we're
What
really
did they
going to
say?
see another
What did they say?
exhibition
I ain't
fight.
ducking anyone.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I ain't ducking anyone.
That would be good though.
You take on Wazza. You take on Wazza as well.
What's up?
Yeah,
He does a little bit.
He does
Waz
a bit, innit?
Yeah, he does a bit. He does a bit, and that, to be fair. He's heavier though, isn't it? Wazza's heavier than me. You know what I mean?
I love
take
the way.
Crouchy.
I love the way he switched up. It was like, yeah, I'll take on anyone. Ooh,
Yeah.
Wazza.
Oh, Wazza.
I feel that one might be on the card, you know. I'd like to see this
Really?
one.
That'd be
And in
funny.
terms of women's boxing, it really does feel like it's on the rise, and
Yeah.
you're such a big key player for that. So, how does it feel? And do you think that women's boxing is on the come up?
Like anything with change in society, it's kind of slow moving. Like we can't expect everything to happen straight away. But I really see such a big future for women's boxing. Money, everything in the next 5 to 10 years.
What's your personal goals now for your career going forward?
I just want to have really good fights. I want to have fights that I enjoy because, I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not 20. I don't have 10 years, you know what I mean? But I want my fights to be meaningful. I want to have fun fights for the fans. It's all about me entertaining. I've got a world title now. I'm glad that I've been able to solidify myself in history. Put two champions together. It's going to be a good fight.
And Jermaine, same for you.
I've started my coaching badges. I need to complete that. I think I'll probably be at Tottenham next season. Gonna look like most of my badges, ambassador role. But a lot of TV stuff, to be honest. I spoke to Rio yesterday. He started his badges and that, and then he got to a point where he thought, you know what? I prefer the pundit stuff. That's for me, more time with the family. Whereas Steven Gerrard, he did the BT stuff. He'd done the coaching at the same time. And he thought, nah, the pundit stuff's not for me. But I'd like to do both and see, but I definitely want to stay in the game.
Jermaine, you did a season at Toronto FC. Is it true that Drake called you and persuaded you to join the team? I really hope this is true. But what did he say?
So I was still at Spurs. They flew my mum over. So my mum phoned me and said, I just got to the hotel and Drake sent like flowers. I said, what? And then she went to a basketball game. She fell asleep. Typical my mum, right? She fell asleep, right? And then the next day she's gone to me, she's gone, I couldn't believe it. They woke me up because some guy, James. I said, what do you mean? Yeah, there was some guy, I was meant to take a picture with some guy, LeBron James, something like that. I said, what? I said, Mum, you fell asleep, LeBron James. I said, you fell asleep. Yeah, anyway, then say a few weeks before I meant to fly out, I went for dinner, then my phone rang. It was like private number. I never answered private number. I thought, let me answer it. He said, Jermaine. I said, yeah, who's this? It's Drake. I said, yeah, good one. Because I thought it was one of the boys.
One of the boys, isn't it?
I thought it was one of the boys messing about. He goes, no, it's Drake. So I thought, okay, let me ask. So I said, you're coming over soon with the weekend. You're training that. He's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, wowzers. Then he said to me, yeah, you got to come over. You're going to love the city. I'll take you out, blah, blah, blah. Because he's part of the club and all that sort of stuff. You'll love it.
So you linked up, yeah?
No, he was never there.
He's never
Jake's
there.
never in Toronto.
He's never
He's never been in America and that.
Oh my God.
It's time for a little game. And in honor of having Ebanie on the show, this one is all about Australia. Let's play Rue or False.
Let's get into this one. True or false?
Is that because
I
of
mean-
kangaroo?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Got it!
I
Got it! No points though, no points for that one.
Yeah. So this game works like this. You guys can work together. We're going to throw some facts out at you guys, and you just have to guess, is it true or false? So, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, okay. Fact number 1. Australia's famous Great Barrier Reef actually has its own postbox located 72 kilometers out to sea. Is that true or false?
Nah, man.
I'm gonna say false.
Yeah, false.
You're both going false, yeah? Unbelievably, that is true.
Us Aussies, we're weird.
Nah.
Just gonna claim that one. Just gonna claim
I'm gonna
that
send
one.
some letters.
Exactly. We'll send one to you guys on the way back. All right, here's your next one. There are over 1 million wild camels in Australia,
True.
many of which, many of which are exported to the Middle East each year. Is it true or false?
Sounds about right, no?
I feel like it's rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're onto a winner. It's true.
Hey,
You got
come
2 points in the
on.
bag. Nice.
Oh god.
All right, listen. Okay, next fact.
We need this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Australia produces more corks each year for hats than it does for bottles of wine. True or false?
I know we've got a pretty big
false.
wine country.
That's what I'm saying.
Wine country, you know, and
Wine with the
people don't
barbecues and
even
all that.
wear those cork hats anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
What's the cork hats again?
the string with the corks.
Oh,
keep the flies away. They keep the flies away.
Yeah, nah.
It could be true, but I'm gonna say false.
All right. Unsurprisingly, it's false. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Nice. You're onto a winner. You're doing well.
Yeah, we're going well.
Okay, next fact. The Australian capital city, Canberra, actually means a woman's cleavage in the Aborigine language. Now, is that true or is that false?
So if this is Rue, I'm so using this in the next press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Canberra.
Jermaine, take this one.
You go.
Go Roo, yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Rue?
It's Rue. Well
Wow.
done. That's a good one here, you know,
Yeah,
guys.
good. Yeah, we're on a roll.
Finally, the former Prime Minister of Australia, Bob Hawke, once set a world record by downing 2.5 pints of beer in just 11 seconds. Is that true?
11
That's
seconds.
False.
11 seconds.
That is Rue.
What?
Oh, Bob Hawke, mate. There he is. He's a good geezer. Rue.
11 seconds.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's Rue.
Come then, Roo.
Okay, all right, okay.
Oh.
Rue! Yay! Come on!
We can down a pint.
Congratulations.
11
You got 5
seconds.
Yeah.
points, guys. Congratulations. Well done for your 5 points.
Wait. Listen.
Really, really good.
This weekend, DAZN are putting on a hell of a show, and this time it's a double header of main events.
That's right. There are fight nights on Saturday in both San Antonio, USA, and Saitama, Japan, with a plethora of boxing talent on display.
Let's start off in Japan, where a living legend is fighting in enemy territory.
Golovkin is still hungry. He still wants to fight. He still wants to destroy anyone they put in front of him.
But Murata is a dangerous opponent.
He's the Japanese version of Triple G.
He's a national hero, and he's a knockout artist.
Triple G is brave enough to fight in enemy territory. To fight in Japan. What a knockout!
Gosh, lots and lots to say about this one then. So Triple G is the overwhelming favourite in his 44th pro fight, but can Murata cause an upset? What do you think?
I feel like Triple G is on another level. Triple G has that jab, which is like a savage jab that he can use, to set up everything. But depending on the fight that Murata takes, if he goes in there and just tries to overwhelm Triple G, kind of like Jevchenko did, and keep on his chest like that, I think it could cause a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
But if he kind of lets Triple G get in his rhythm and use his jab and kind of break him down, I think it could be, I don't know if he could knock him out, but I think it could definitely break him down.
Yeah, okay, cool. Jermaine?
I'm a Triple G fan, to be honest. We spoke about it before, his punches, and you call it the chopping.
Yeah, chops
And
and
that stiff jab, obviously, that you see in the Kell Brook fight, unbelievable. But maybe he's got an eye on a Canelo fight. So I think for that reason,
There's more pressure.
yeah, I mean, more pressure, but at the same time, you want to get the job done because the reward's so big afterwards. So yeah.
Well, DAZN caught up with the man himself to see how he's feeling about the fight.
Вы знаете, я чувствую себя великолепно.
I feel great. I feel the same as I felt when I was 34 or 35. I see no difference, and I feel no difference. I feel that I have the same speed, the same stamina, the same power, and I believe that I have not lost any bit of it. My boxing IQ helps me a lot, but on top of that, it is my healthy lifestyle and my amazing team, which uses a very smart approach to training based on many years of experience, and it allows me to be at the top at this age. And I believe that my abilities would allow me to prevail in this fight and be the winner.
I'm really excited for this fight. Just to see Triple G back in the ring again. Like, you know, he's one of our favourites. He's one of the all-times, you know, middleweights. Like, it's just, you know, unbelievable.
You've had an incredible journey. You turned professional at 32.
Yeah.
Right? And so you've got Triple G turning 40, I think, this Friday. And so this is part of the game. But does age play a massive factor in terms of fighting for you guys?
Everyone's a little bit different. So I only started boxing when I was 30. I had my first amateur fight when I was 30, 2 weeks before my 30th. So really, I've only been boxing and putting myself in that kind of boxing wear and tear for 5 years, which isn't much. You know, where if you've got someone that's 30, 32, but they've been boxing since they were 10 and they've been fighting pro since they were 20, and that means it's a lot more wear and tear. I think the longevity, like you look at Mayweather, hit and don't get hit. Look how well his longevity of his career is, and his body.
Punishment.
Taking no punishment. All these things, it all plays a role. We see a lot of heavyweights do pretty well, a bit older, you know what I mean? But he's not a heavyweight. Can he, you know, be cutting down to that, and how's that going to affect him at this age? We don't know.
It's interesting though, because the fact that you said obviously, thought that he won the first fight, did you say?
Yeah, I thought like
and then I thought the same. So this third fight, it just has to happen. So that's why he'd be ready for this one.
Where does Golovkin rank in terms of all-time fighters? Is it fair to say that he's one of the greats?
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
That.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know, like, people forget, like, he was unstoppable. He was the most feared guy, you know, like, in that division for so long. Everyone was dodging him until, like, the kind of Canelo fight. But there was, like, a solid, like, he had like 20 knockouts in a row. Do you know what I mean? He was the boogeyman, you know, and you can't take away from that. Before Canelo, it was Triple G. But now obviously Canelo's taken over, and well done to him. He's done.
I remember seeing his highlights and that, and then after that you see him in the ring and his highlights, and now he punches violent, and all of a sudden you see him away from that, just standing there talking to the camera.
Yeah. His little like polo.
You think, yeah, good, that's his twin or his brother or something. It's crazy, the contrast is mad.
Yeah, it's great.
Now, let's shift our attention to San Antonio, Texas, where one of boxing's most exciting young superstars is back in action after a 15-month hiatus.
The feeling of knocking someone out for us regular humans who've never done that. Can you describe it?
Ryan Garcia making his way in. The flash, you know the hand speed. You know the smile, you know the power. This kid is a superstar. Can Ryan Garcia continue his rapid ascent? Oh, left hand sends the kid down. Now we're gonna see what this kid's made of.
I just want to prove to the world that I'm not here in boxing for a short time, I'm here for a long time.
Fight!
It's official. Ryan Garcia is set to return. He will face Emmanuel Tagoe on April 9th.
I'm not scared of nobody. Let's bring it.
So you've got American prodigy Ryan Garcia taking on Ghanaian fighter Emmanuel Tagoe. How do you guys see this one going down?
Only one winner, no?
Yeah, definitely. I see, look, honestly, I think Ryan knocks him out. It's the first fight with a new trainer. So I think this is a great fight for Ryan to come back to. I think it's a perfect fight for him. It's a fight that he needs. And then hopefully he'll keep going on from that.
And maybe sort of like practice what they've been working on.
Exactly.
Things and that.
Yeah.
It's like football. It's like when you sort of like, you had a pre-season, you work on certain things, and it's like a pre-season game against a lesser opposition. and then you work on something that you learn.
DAZN actually caught up with Ryan this week to hear his thoughts on the fight and his career to this point. Let's see what he said.
One thing people don't see in me is how competitive I really am. I think that's one thing that people don't quite understand yet, that I'm actually insane when it comes to that. With this time off, I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about life in general. I think it's helped me for the better, you know, choosing to take that break and to better myself mentally. But, you know, now I think I'm in a place where I'm ready to show the world how great I am and how special I am. You know, when I'm getting ready for a fight, I do things that people are not gonna want to do. You know, I put in the extra hours. I go home and do things myself. And I seen a vision, and I told myself I'm gonna be the most well-known fighter one day, and I'm doing it. I just took advantage of what I had in front of me, whether it be social media or whatnot, and I did it all for boxing so people could watch me fight. I think for this new generation, you know, you got Floyd when he was, you know, so brash and talking the way he talks and trying to be undefeated. And you see others trying to take that route, but it doesn't work because, you know, that kind of thing is over with, you know? It's kind of now you have to go with the trends. You got to know how to promote yourself through social media. That's just going to be the new way of everything. And I think I did set a blueprint for how boxers should do it. You need to, you know, post certain type of videos upcoming to the fight, after the fight, before the fight, certain things. I kind of have the same routine and game plan on how I post, and it's been working great. I'm always thinking on how to get ahead. If I got to sacrifice anything, I'm gonna do it. You'll see me get way better. I know that, and you're gonna see me keep getting better. There's no limit to how good I could really be. I got the speed, I got the reflexes, I got the power, I got the height, got the range. I mean, I really got everything in front of me. I just gotta master it. Have they seen the best of me? No, because I'm always gonna get better. I don't have to try to do anything. You're gonna see something special come April 9th. It's not, I don't have to try. You just watch me be me, and you're gonna see something special when I hop in there.
It's big talk, man.
He excites me.
Yeah, well, he's talking about becoming the most well-known fighter. Would you agree with him?
So you got to set the bar high. You know, sky's the limit. So when you've got the gift, and you sort of like you do everything it takes to get yourself to the top. He obviously seems like he's a Floyd fan, but he seems like he has the right mentality. Just the way he's speaking there.
I can relate to Ryan Garcia so much because I'm exactly the same. It's all about getting in the mainstream. You know what I mean? Why do I want to just have niche boxing fans? I want to have mainstream fans, and to do that, you've got to be a bit different. You've got to promote yourself. You've got to put yourself out there, and that's exactly what I've done.
How much of your profile is part of your career? Is it a big thing within football?
I think it's about getting the balance right, because you see a lot of players, they do so much stuff away from football.
Yeah.
Don't get the balance right, and then what happens is then they go on a pitch and that don't perform, and then the press just come after you.
Yeah.
You've seen it so much time. You've seen it in a minute with Rashford, and I know him, the nicest boy, and his talent is unbelievable. So, I mean, Beckham's probably the first one that started it, but he managed to get the balance right because he was still playing well.
Yeah.
He was doing all the other stuff away from football. See, when I first started, none of that, like I said before, everyone had just like Nokias.
Yeah.
You go to the gym, no one will be posting stuff in the gym or training video, all that sort of stuff, but now it's completely different.
Next game is the one that we've been waiting for. It's time for the Headband Challenge.
That's right. It's time where we put our guest to the test.
Indeed, we've got you guys on, and you're going to have 30 seconds to punch the ball as many times as you can. Our current leader is the comedian K-Curd. We love you, K-Curd. You managed a whopping 91 punches. That's a lot.
91?
91 punches. You have to watch back the tape, though. But do you guys feel ready?
Yeah.
91. You've been fascinated by this from time to forward, so I'm excited. All right, you guys are ready then? Let's do this.
Hoi, rolling start, rolling start. On for them, Ebanie.
Oh my.
Sensational. Absolutely sensational.
Yeah.
Going there on levels to this. Come on.
Oh my God.
Look at the eyes. Look at the determination. Look at the focus. Sensational. Sensational stuff.
That's the standard. That's the standard.
How did it feel? How did it feel out there?
Felt good. Felt good.
Yeah. Ebanie, how did it feel?
You both look good, man.
Good. I mean, you know, the cheering helps, you know, like it's good.
Oh, what can I say? What can I say? Anyway, the moment of truth. All right. Coming in with a resounding 71, Jermain Defoe!
Hey, well done!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Brilliant.
Sensational. Oh, my days. And coming in. Right up the leaderboard with 88! Ebanie Bridges!
Nice.
Come on! Hey!
Done.
That puts you second, joint second on our leaderboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girls.
Yes.
Let's go, girls.
Absolutely fantastic stuff there, man.
Yeah, really, really good. Well, congratulations and thank you so much to the both of you for coming in.
problem.
Give it up for Ebanie and for Jermain. Woo!
Cheers, guys.
Remember to catch us on our YouTube channel or wherever it is you get your podcasts. You've been watching From the Corner, brought to you by JOE and DAZN. We'll see you again next time. You've been listening to From the Corner, brought to you by JOE and DAZN.